4,000, 6,000, 7,000. So, where were we? Boxing. I see a lot of these videos of people doing like, but in reality, does any of that even work in a real boxing fight? For me, it doesn't. I've never ever landed 25 punches in a row, and I don't believe anybody ever has. So it's a lot of nonsense, and you can really overthink boxing. Boxing is very, very simple. It hasn't evolved in 100 years because you've still got two men trying to beat the shit out of each other in a fight. Everything's evolved, but even the way men fight has evolved. But as man evolved in the matter of getting battered around the ring in a fight in the last 100 years, I'm not too sure. But if you keep boxing old school, like you do, you're running, you eat clean and eat well, you train hard, you do a bit of sparring, that for me is it. You can try and make boxing into a rocket science, but it's not. It's not a rocket science. It never has been, and it never will be. So for all the people out there, you computer people, and who want to time everything, personal bests and body numbers and body scanners and all that, that's all good when you're trying to sell something to a client, I suppose. It looks fancy. But in reality, it doesn't. It's a lot of bollocks, I think, especially in boxing. Maybe all other sports it works, but in boxing, computer science technology, I personally don't think works. Because you take me, for instance, I'm fat, I'm bald, people say I'm out of shape. I don't do any of that bollocks for computers and numbers on a screen and all that stuff. But yet, I always win. So it obviously means fuck all. And there's a lot of fights to suggest that as well. Like when you look at the likes of Anthony Joshua, who follows all them rules, science rules and numbers on a screen and whatnot. And you look at Andy Ruiz, who didn't do anything apart from eat Snickers for the full 2 weeks that he had. I went in there and knocked him out. And then probably didn't even train for the rematch and took him the distance. So there's a lot of stuff to say that all the numbers and things and the science doesn't really work in boxing. I don't think it does anyway. Yeah, I think you train hard, you eat well, get early nights, wake up early, and you do your best, and that's it. And anyone else trying to make it all fancy Dan, I believe, is just trying to sell you something that you probably don't need. I see a lot of Instagram videos of people hitting the pads looking like $1 million, and then they get in there and can't fight at all. A lot of it's in here. Boxing is all in the head, not in the gym even. That's for sure. I think it comes with experience as well. Knowing yourself, knowing the game, studying it, practicing it for long periods of time, and just knowing when to do something and when not to do other things. I suppose that's the key. People say, can they join boxing at old ages and stuff? It's not about how old you are when you start boxing. It's how much you can absorb and learn quickly. And that's it. So I hope everybody enjoyed my little 10 pence worth on boxing, actual boxing. And when you're in a gym, you don't need to practice 1, 2, left hook, right uppercut, slip, 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 roll, 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 jab, 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 jab. Practice some basic, simple stuff like jab, 1, 2, left hook, hit the body, hit the head, something normal. Because that's how you win fights. Train hard, eat well, rest well, and you can only do your best. All the best, guys, anyway.